Hello everyone, and welcome to my Bold and Beautiful Today channel. Daphne tells Steffy she feels taken by surprise and departs for Paris after Carter proposes to a stunned Hope. Monday, May 26, 2025, on Bold and the Beautiful Today, Liam gives Finn an update on his health. Carter and Hope are happy to be together once more, and Daphne informs Steffy that she is leaving. Ridge couldn't stop thinking about Brooke after deflated Daphne bid Carter au revoir, according to the most recent B&B recap. Hope tells Carter in his loft that it makes sense that he thought what he did when listening in on her and Liam. Carter promises to support Beth as they discuss the difficulties she will face. They discuss how nice it is to be together once more while lounging on the couch. He felt guilty for allowing Daphne to kiss him. Carter assures Hope that she won't experience such suffering ever again. She wants to know when they can have game night because she has missed the loft. As he receives something, he is inspired and asks her to close her eyes. He comes back, gives her a glass of wine, and kisses her cheek. She discovers the room is filled with candles when she opens her eyes. He wants to rekindle their relationship and reflect on their promising future. They raise a glass to themselves and to the realization of life's beauty and frailty. She is the woman of his dreams, he claims. The future he envisions for himself revolves around her. He desires to age alongside her. Carter never imagined that he would come across a woman like this, yet she was always right in front of him. It seems like fate. He wants her to be content and happy. He opens a ring box and drops to his knee. She lets out a gasp. He requests that she marry him in order to make him the happiest guy alive. Deuce texts Daphne in the design office to inform her that the jet is fueling. She questions whether it's the correct decision to leave. When Steffy emerges, she sees her suitcase. Her pal reveals that Hope's return is the reason she's leaving. Steffy's decision to bring her back surprises her. Steffy assumes this is about Carter because she has never seen her friend so distraught. Daphne didn't anticipate falling in love with him and believed they could start a family, but he has returned to Hope. They grab drinks from Steffy. Daphne mistakenly believed that Hope and Carter were no longer together and that she was back with Liam. She feels ashamed now for expressing her emotions. She is leaving because of this and doesn't allow herself to fall in love. She no longer has any justification for being there. Deuce shows up to collect Daphne. When Steffy sees him without his uniform, she is shocked. "I have a life outside of work," he tells her. He takes the bags and heads out. Steffy gives her pal a hug. Daphne acknowledges that she didn't anticipate enjoying her time there, much less falling in love. She says, "Thank you, Steffy," and leaves. Daphne and Deuce board the aircraft. He sniffs her and remarks that the jet has never smelled better as he pours her champagne. She sighs after reflecting on her recollections of Carter while gazing out the window. Fresh from his run, a sweaty Finn makes his way into the Cliff House. Liam almost passes out after joking that he should accompany him the next time. Finn helps him sit after supporting him. Liam acknowledges that this has been occurring frequently. The intensity and frequency of it have been rising. He acknowledges, "I think I'm getting closer." Liam makes Shakespearean jokes about tumors while Finn gives him some water. He describes to the doctor what it was like to see his mother pass away. He is unsure if he can subject his girls to the same ordeal. Liam is unsure if he will consent to treatment. He gives Finn credit for everything he has done for him. Additionally, he wishes to thank him for the future. Liam needs him to see how much his willingness to support his girls means to him. He is picking up his torch rather than taking his place. Finn feels honored. They give each other hugs. Carter pops the question after Liam and Finn share an emotional moment. Hope explains to him in Carter's loft that it made sense for him to misinterpret her words to Liam. A man his age dying is not something Carter would have thought of. Hope is afraid of what Beth may experience. Both of them will have Carter's support. Hope is aware that she can rely on him. Carter of Bold and Beautiful is about to make a complete Thomas move. Hope says it's nice to be back here as they sit and snuggle. Carter was sorry to betray her. Hope remembers the kiss she shared with Daphne. Carter regrets his handling of the situation and assures Hope that she won't experience such suffering ever again. Never. Hope wishes to arrange a game night soon because she missed the loft. Carter instructs her to wait there. Close your eyes. When he comes back, he puts a glass of wine in her hands and gives her a cheek kiss. No peeking. He ignited the candles as well. Tonight, Carter wants to give her a way out. It takes them both a few hours to re-establish contact and reflect on their future. Before they individually raise a glass, he says, "Cheers to us." Daphne's departure. Deuce texts Daphne in Forrester's design office to let her know that the jet is being refueled and that he would be picking her up shortly. She questions whether it's the correct decision to leave. When Steffy enters, she is shocked to learn that her friend is going. According to Daphne, it's because Hope has returned to Forrester. You made a decision. She feels totally taken by surprise. Steffy had never witnessed Daphne in this state. How could she bring Hope back without informing her? Daphne believed they were friends. It's more about Carter than Hope, although Steffy is aware that he fell in love with him. Daphne sobs because she fell in love with him. She genuinely believed that they could have a life together. He's returned to Hope now. Daphne and Steffy talk about Hope and Carter getting back together. Given that Hope was recommitting to Liam, Daphne believed they were done for good. However, all of that was a major miscommunication. Daphne is returning to Paris because she feels ashamed because she expressed her feelings and that's why she didn't fall in love. However, she asks Steffy, "Aren't you angry?" Observing her here? Steffy isn't overjoyed. Deuce appears to pick Daphne up abruptly. They joke about while Steffy prods him until he snatches Daphne's suitcase. Steffy and Daphne promise to hug and miss one another. After thanking Steffy, Daphne leaves. As Finn returns from his run, Liam takes a medication at the Cliff home. Liam almost passes out all of a sudden. Finn runs to pick him up. "Hi, Liam." Simple. "Are you okay?" He assists Liam in sitting down on the couch. "How frequently has this been occurring?" asks Finn. Liam acknowledges that it's occurring more frequently and with more intensity. "I believe that I am getting closer." Finn backs Liam. Finn asks Liam if he has made up his mind about the treatment and gives him some water. Liam reflects cynically. He informs Finn that the treatment is everything he has been considering. It would be obvious if it could prolong his life, but he has also witnessed his mother endure terrible radiation and chemotherapy. He is unsure if he is capable of doing that to his girls. "I am uncertain about my next course of action." Despite Finn's insistence that he hasn't done anything, Liam praises him. Liam is discussing more than just the present, he is also discussing what will happen once he leaves. Liam warns Finn, but he must say something. He depends on Finn and possibly Carter to be there for their daughters when he is unable to cuddle them, console them, or accompany them to their weddings. Finn would feel privileged. They embrace after Liam gives him a handshake. It breaks Daphne's heart. Before they take out on the Forrester aircraft, Deuce makes sure Daphne has everything she needs. She requests additional champagne. "My kind of girl," he continues, pouring more. He informs her that the jet has never smelled better while taking a deep breath. She gives him thanks. "Thank you," he responds, and then heads back to the cockpit. As Daphne's heart aches, she reminisces about Carter. Carter requests that Hope wed him. Carter tells Hope at his loft that she is the key to his future. She has the same sentiments. He claims that she is the woman of his dreams. Carter believed that having a wife and children was a pipe dream. He is amazed that all this time, the woman of his dreams has been standing in front of him. "Seems like fate to me." Carter declares his love for her and his wish to see her content and happy. "If you don't mind." Carter then kneels down and takes out a ring box. When he opens it, a gorgeous diamond engagement ring is seen. "Will you make me the happiest guy alive, Hope? You're the only lady I want to live my entire life with. Say yes. Say you'll wed me." Hope lets out a breath and gives him a curious look. Carter is back, and Hope is on a tightrope. According to teasers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Hope Logan didn't expect 3 significant occurrences that would drastically change her viewpoint. However, the revelation of Liam Spencer's terminal illness by Steffy Forrester Finnegan set off a series of events. Carter Walton, played by Lawrence St. Victor, overheard Hope's next conversation and was taken aback. He overheard her express a desire to be with Liam and bring their family back together. Without context, what else might someone who heard that think? But their romance was rekindled when Hope wanted to inform Carter that Steffy had rehired her at Forrester Creations. However, things are more complicated than Hope or Carter may believe, and Daphne Rose's, Muriel Hilaire, volunteer analysis might turn out to be prescient. I hope Logan's vision is impaired. It is possible that Liam is in the final weeks or months of his life. Their family, which includes Beth Spencer, Jordan Lynn Ariza, won't be reunited for very long if that turns out to be the case. Spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Hope will betray Steffy initially. See the story. However, what if Dr. Grace Buckingham's, Cassandra Creech, experimental treatment is implemented and becomes effective? Let's say Liam is first given a long life expectancy. Throughout the spring and summer, Hope will continue to support his medical care. Hope's thinking will be influenced by the strong feelings associated with that daylight procedure. Carter Walton feels rooted once more. Carter has experienced a disproportionate amount of heartache. Because Quinn Fuller, Rena Sofer, was released by Eric Forrester, John McCook, but mysteriously left Los Angeles, California, the experience was very frustrating. Quinn's decision to depart after recognizing what appeared to be a very promising relationship with Carter was never explained in a way that viewers could easily understand. To be together, the characters put their personal lives at danger. The audience finally heard Carter explain that Quinn had left town after she disappeared one day. Not only did it not seem right, it did not. Future iterations of that unresolved plot are always possible. Hope, however, is his most recent romantic interest. She seems honest in wanting to live with him, and he is committed to doing so. But she will need to give Liam her whole attention because of his situation. Spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Carter returns and Hope walks a tight line. Daphne Rose and Liam Spencer are still together. One of the primary characters on this program would die if Liam died. Time will tell if such a big decision is made or not, because it would be a radical adjustment. If Hilaire's incredibly captivating character isn't written out of the series, she seems to have a lot of story room to develop. We can only hope that this actor stays and that a triangle with her, Carter, and Hope develops, since it would make for a convincing soap opera. If Liam stays and Daphne doesn't go back to France, Hope and Carter could end up dating. But those results would produce the kind of turmoil that has made this soap opera successful over the years. Will Carter's startling marriage proposal be accepted by Hope Logan? Carter Walton's unexpected marriage proposal to Hope Logan is revealed in spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful. Will Hope say yes in light of Steffy's dubious support and Liam's terminal diagnosis? Hope is rocked by Carter's shocking proposal, which puts Liam's dying wish front and center. Too many questions, a dying man's blessing, and a ring. How about timing? Carter Walton is about to get down on one knee and completely change everything just when Hope Logan thought she had worked out her love life. Spoiler alert, she hasn't. During the week of May 26, 2025, the COO of Forrester Creations is going all out, but the big question is whether Hope is saying yes because she wants to or because a dying man urged her to. The future of Hope is haunted by the ghost of past proposals. Let's be honest for a moment. Marriage proposals and Hope? There isn't quite a perfect fit. Do you recall Thomas Forrester's proposal? Several times? Despite her repeated denials, she professed to love him. Are we all expected to think that the third time is the charm now that Carter has a ring burning a hole in his pocket? The problem is that Hope's history speaks for itself. Liam Spencer and she got divorced. Thomas was turned down by her. And now it's said that she is completely smitten with the man who handles the finances at Forrester? The numbers don't add up. The game is altered by Liam's terminal diagnosis. This is when the situation becomes quite complex. Liam has a brain tumor that cannot be removed. Yes, you read correctly. From what may be his deathbed, the man who spent years alternating between Hope and Steffy Forrester Finnegan is now acting as a matchmaker. Liam thinks Carter genuinely cares for Hope. He believes that after he leaves, the COO will look after her and Beth Spencer. But is Liam attempting to tie up loose ties before it's too late, or is this really about Hope's happiness? The strain on Hope? Astronomical. When a dying guy wants to see you settled, how do you say no? You don't. This could account for her unexpected reunion with Carter in spite of her uncertainties. Every possible red flag is raised by Steffy's support. This is where the juicy part begins. Yes, the same Steffy who has long been Hope's adversary is now endorsing her happiness. I apologize, but what? Brooke Logan and Ridge Forrester don't believe it. Not for a moment. And truthfully? We shouldn't either. It takes more than a simple switch to turn Steffy into Team Hope. Something is simmering here, and it has the odor of deceit mixed with manipulation. Will Hope answer the million-dollar question? The spoiler images are real. Carter is kneeling. Hope is grinning. It appears that the answer will be yes. What's keeping me up at night, though, is whether she's smiling because she loves him or because she doesn't want to let a dying Liam down. Consider it. Hope has experienced a lot of emotional turmoil. She is being pushed toward another man by her dying ex-husband. All of a sudden, her old competitor is supporting her. And the man who's making the proposal? In less time than you can say rebound, he went from buddy to lover. What about those rumors about Carter and Daphne? Oh, you believe this to be simple? Rethink your assumptions. Rumor has it that Carter may be concealing something. Just before he made amends with Hope, Daphne Rose was at his house. Is it a coincidence? In the realm of soap operas? Please. Everyone in this town, let's face it, has secrets, and if Carter has any, they will come out at the worst time. Most likely as soon as Hope answers yes. Or during the nuptials. Because these things operate that way. No one is discussing the Forrester Creations power play. Not to be overlooked is the business perspective. There are rumors that Carter and Hope are trying to take over Forrester. Romance and power struggles? That is a surefire way to fail. When you consider that Ridge and Eric Forrester might be onto them, this proposal starts to seem more like a business plan than a romantic one. Will I do really come out of this engagement? The harsh reality is that a wedding is not guaranteed just because Hope says yes. People, this is bold and the beautiful. The purpose of engagements is to be broken. Particularly when they are based on dubious premises like last-ditch appeals, unexpected backing from adversaries, and potential covert activities. Hope's past indicates that she struggles with commitment. Carter may be hiding secrets. Liam's impact is very noticeable. Steffy is engaged in a game of some sort. This meeting? Doomed is written all over it. Will that deter us from watching, though? No way. One thing is certain, though, the drama is only beginning, regardless of whether this proposal results in a happily ever after or a spectacular calamity. Loyalty rarely lasts and peace is frequently fleeting in the complex web of love, treachery, and shaky truces that characterize the bold and the beautiful. Viewers have been seeing Hope Logan and Steffy Forrester's uncommon display of civility for months, even as they attempt to gain each other's respect, if not friendship. Recent spoilers, however, suggest that tenuous truce might be on the verge of collapse, with Hope likely to be the first to strike. Fans initially thought Steffy may eventually ruin Hope's happiness by pushing her professionally at Forrester Creations or possibly rekindling her relationship with Liam, but it looks like the roles are set to reverse. Hope might betray Steffy in a way that no one anticipated because she is struggling with emotional confusion, Liam's hazy health, and residual bitterness from years of rivalry. Every family on the canvas might be affected, laying the groundwork for a dramatic change in relationships, power battles, and heartache. Though love will undoubtedly play a role, it is not the only aspect of Hope's treachery. According to sources, Hope will work behind Steffy's back on several fronts, personally with a secret that could endanger Steffy's life and professionally at Forrester Creations. Since she consented to help Liam amid his medical crisis, viewers have felt as though Hope has been repressing a flurry of emotions. The situation is made even more difficult by her romantic relationship with Carter Walton. Steffy made room for forgiveness and reconciliation because she thought Hope had moved on. She tried to make amends with her longtime rival, believing that they could cooperate, particularly in light of Liam's deteriorating health. Hope's greatest destructive tool right now might be that trust. Character dynamics and leaks suggest that Hope's betrayal might start in the design room. Steffy allowed Hope to reclaim creative control over the Hope for the Future line, despite her attention being on Liam's medical treatment and family matters. Hope, however, might be plotting to seize more than just a department. She wants management and possibly even her own fashion house. This could be due to feelings of undervaluation or covert jealousy. Rumor has claimed that Hope has secretly teamed up with an investor behind Steffy's back in an attempt to completely outshine the Forresters. Is this retaliation for all the times Steffy questioned her value or interfered in her relationships? If so, it's a well-thought-out move that might completely change Forrester Creations' organizational structure. On The Bold and the Beautiful, of course, business rivalries are nothing new. Steffy believed that the personal relationship that has now been repaired is what made this betrayal particularly powerful. Liam has been the source of Hope and Steffy's long-running conflict, so one would assume the two ladies would come to an understanding now that he may be dealing with a serious illness. However, Liam may also be a part in Hope's treachery, and not in the way that viewers anticipate. Hope may have withheld important medical information from Steffy at Liam's request or out of a misplaced sense of security, according to rumors. The fallout could forever ruin their tenuous peace if Hope finds out about Liam's health and decides not to notify Steffy. The prospect that Hope would covertly rekindle her romance with Liam while seeming to outwardly commit to Carter is even more explosive. It would be a devastating emotional blow of epic proportions if this covert romance came to light while Steffy was taking care of them both during Liam's illness. Lying to Steffy's face in an attempt to win her sympathy would likewise be the height of treachery. Although Hope has always been positioned as the show's moral core, this possible change indicates that a new era for the character is upon us, one in which ambition, secrecy, and self-preservation will take precedence. The fallout that is ready to blow out when Steffy finds out adds to the stress. Hope might rekindle their conflict and bring everyone in their vicinity into the flames if she does betray her, whether it be in love, business, or with secrets. Once more, Ridge would have to decide between his daughters and stepdaughters. The tenuous bond between Taylor and Brooke might be put to the test. Furthermore, Liam's vulnerability and weakness could make him the target of two women's emotional conflict once more. The treachery may also have consequences for Carter, who has already been caught up in Hope's turmoil and deception. His heart can suffer collateral harm if he is utilized as a pawn in a larger power struggle or as a front for Hope's unresolved feelings for Liam. Not to mention Daphne Rose, the wild card. She might take advantage of the chance to intervene if Hope's infidelity destroys the relationship because of her growing interest in Carter. It takes time for Hope to change from a quiet optimist to a cunning manipulator, but the journey is captivating. Her actions are a deliberate reaction to years of being disregarded, undervalued, and undermined rather than a one-time error. If this treachery turns out to be as anticipated, it might be one of the most famous character changes that The Bold and the Beautiful has seen in a long time. Hope would be more in line with Quinn or even vintage Brooke, who never shied away from a dirty fight when it came to love or business. Supporters can feel conflicted. Some will stand up for Hope, saying that in a society that has continuously treated her like a pawn, she is at last asserting her agency and making brave decisions. People will criticize her for being hypocritical, particularly if she lies to Steffy while feigning to make peace. One thing is for sure, though, this betrayal will make all the characters rethink their loyalties and will change how the audience and those around Hope perceive her. She is now a woman who is prepared to violate hearts and rules in order to obtain what she feels she is entitled to, rather than just being a hopeful idealist. Viewers will be left wondering as the drama intensifies, is Hope stepping into her power or is she spiraling? Is she betraying Steffy out of survival instinct, retaliation, or clever strategy? Can there be any reconciliation between these two iconic figures if the truth is revealed? The solutions will be revealed in what looks to be a plot that will stick in your memory. And if spoilers are any guide, Hope Logan will be at the heart of one of the bold and the beautiful's most captivating betrayals to date.